Good day, grade 9 Monties. It's quite hard to believe that it's already that time of year where you, the grade 9s, are tasked with making the specific subject changes for the subjects that will be with you throughout the duration of your senior phase. I am Daniel Terblanche, a matric of 2021, and I'm here before you today to tell you why I made the decision to choose mathematics literacy. Many of you have heard stories about mathematics literacy and its status in comparison with pure mathematics. I hope that after this talk, you will have a better understanding of the subject as a whole. Mathematics literacy is, in my opinion, different from pure mathematics in one major aspect. Pure mathematics focuses on developing specific skills which are needed for certain degrees and career paths, whereas mathematics literacy provides you with a much more general base of knowledge and skills which you will use on a day-to-day basis. You must always keep in mind that the subjects which you choose now, they will obviously be with you throughout your senior phase, but you'll also most likely be applying with them to go to a tertiary education institution, such as a university or a college. With that in mind, it is your responsibility to research what marks and subjects you will require to apply for certain certificates and degrees, etc. After grade 12, I intend on studying law. Now you might ask, do you require pure mathematics for law? And the answer is quite simple. It is no. If you currently find mathematics or pure mathematics in grade 9 challenging, you find it a bit difficult and your marks are bringing you down, then there is a big chance that if you're willing to put in the effort, work consistently and diligently, that your marks in mathematics literacy will most likely increase greatly. The reason for this is simple. Everyone is different and exceeds academically in different areas of study. The same is especially true for mathematics pure and mathematics literacy. Mathematics literacy was summed up quite well by a good friend of mine. He likes to call it practical mathematics. So the reason why he says this is that the skills which you learn in mathematics will be put into practice on a daily basis in mathematics literacy. But now it's important that I tell you a few more things about the subject itself. So currently we are studying tax rates, how to work out your salary slip as an example, and your income tax and company tax. And these are life skills which everybody needs. Believe me, when you go into the big world, I've seen my parents do it. It is complicated. So these sort of things, it will help guide you on these sort of paths that you will need in everyday life. But with now the big question is, how much time do you need to put into studying? Obviously, that's the question everybody asks. You'll notice now I'm in matric, or grade 12. The work does get quite a lot. So it's important to know you don't overextend yourself. So with mathematics literacy, I can tell you that if you're going to work consistently and diligently, if you work for half an hour a day, excluding your homework, which I can tell you is not that much. The homework you'll be able to finish in class, I have no doubt. But about half an hour to 45 minutes every day after school, you put in the time. I can tell you that you will be perfectly fine. Your marks will increase. It's happened with me as well. I can actually tell you, until grade, first term grade 12, I actually only joined mathematics literacy in first term grade 12. Before that, I did pure mathematics. And whereas I do not regret it, I learned many skills there, my marks were bringing me down. It wasn't my forte, as some people might say. And that's why I went to mathematics literacy, and as I told you before, for my specific career path, and most likely for yours as well, you won't necessarily require mathematics. So now I'm going to move on to tests, because that is a thing that stresses everybody out, especially me. So when it comes to tests, this term, for example, in the first term of matric, we've had two tests. We've had one investigation, which counts 25%, and one test, which counted 75%. Of course, these things will change, but that seems to be the general swing of things, if I can put it that way. But now we've discussed all the learning and the tests. I'm now going to move on to what degrees you can apply for. That's the big question when people consider mathematics and mathematics literacy. There's a common misconception that you require mathematics to study overseas or to study almost any degree. I can tell you that this is false. I like doing my research. So I can tell you that when you go onto the university's website, you can also go to the booklet they will hand out to you. It will tell you whether you require mathematics literacy, or both. If it is both, usually the mathematics literacy mark, it has to be slightly higher. But they'll tell you these sort of things. There are obviously a huge variety of subjects that do not require mathematics. However, subjects like engineering and medicine at most universities, they do require it. So just keep that in mind. I wish you a splendid day further and good luck with your subject decision.